Well, happy Thursday, and thanks for checking in today. Today, we're going to give you a verse, and it's a verse that I want you to maybe think about for the whole weekend as you go about today into next Monday. And maybe it's a verse that you need to write down and put it as a screenshot on your phone or put it somewhere that you'll see it every day. But it's Micah chapter 6, verse 8. And there are three key components in this verse that we're going to just briefly talk about today, but it's going to be an opportunity for you as students, as adults, to think about what is God calling you to do? How are you living out your life today? It's kind of a foundational verse, and this is what it says. He has told you, O man, what is good, and what does the Lord require of you, but to do justice, and to love kindness, and to walk humbly with your God. Yes, we're going to look at and have you think about this thing of justice, love kindness. Some of your translations might say love mercy, and then to walk humbly. So let's take the first one, for example, justice. Think about that word. What does justice mean to you? Well, when you think about that in our lives, we have to ask kind of some of these questions do I owe anybody anything? Do I owe anybody anything? Or have I cheated anywhere in my life, such as in my finances or in my taxes? Have I done justice? Have I been fair to everybody? And that's where he's going with here, to live with this sense of justice. Now, the second part he goes on and says, to love kindness. You know, what does that look like? How do you love in kindness? And the biggest way for me to think about it is, do you love in a way that you put others first and you second? Love kindness. Where do you put your priorities? How do you show people that you love them? And you love them with kindness, not trying to get something in back or trying to do something to get gain, but just to love them with kindness. And the third piece here, to walk humbly with your God. It's kind of challenging to walk humbly, to maybe put yourself less, but we live in a world today that we are constantly trying to make ourselves look better. We are taking photos and putting them up there on social media to see how good you are, what you're doing, where you're at. Trying to look at those status reports, trying to better ourselves. And so as I think about this verse and that last section there, that's probably the hardest thing to really wrestle with, is how to walk humbly with your God. That it's okay to struggle. It's okay to let some things go so that others can succeed. So as I think about that, I think about our culture today and these three things: to do justice, to love kindness, and to walk humbly with your God. Those are challenging things. Those challenging for myself, and I'm sure they're challenging for you. So that's why I said is to maybe take that verse, put it on a sticky note, put it on your phone as your lock screen, whatever it is, as a reminder for you that this week I want to have you thinking about and challenging yourself to do what is stated here, to have that justice, to love kindness, and to walk humbly. I pray that as you go about this weekend, that God will work through you with this passage, that he'll put things in your lives to maybe challenge you in some of those areas. And I'm going to ask you guys to, send me a text, post in the comments here down below. How has God worked in your hearts because of this passage? Now, this passage is a heart thing. It's where your heart is. And so how has God challenged you? How has he motivated you? How has he made you realize something different? And how has it worked in your heart because of this passage for this past weekend? Have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy everything. And we'll see you guys later.